I grew up in Suffolk County, Long Island. It's the eastern part of Long Island. And I grew up with my 4 siblings, so there's 5 of us. We had the same mother, but all different dads. My mother was bipolar, but she wasn't diagnosed till much later. So at that time, she self-medicated through drugs and alcohol. We either lived out of cars, behind supermarkets, trailers, on the streets, or sometimes we live in a house, and she would leave us for weeks and months at a time. So we had to work to raise ourselves and raise our younger siblings as well.
Since we were kids just taking care of ourselves, we did what we wanted, and the thing that we enjoyed the most was going to the beach. Our favorite thing to do was to build sand castles, which of course would always be knocked down by the water, or we'd be writing our names in the sand in little hearts and writing notes to each other.
Back then, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you were able to get a library card without any identification, which was important because we were transient kids and we didn't have any real proof of address or anything. And the fact that we were able to get a library card, what was our card to happiness. We were not in school probably as much as we were in school. So we didn't get a consistent education in a school, but we got a consistent education from the public libraries because we were self-taught. And we'd play with the highlights games and the Mad Libs, and we'd take out books and I'd read them and I'd read them to my younger siblings, and it just kept us occupied. And through that, it also gave me dreams. I fell in love with Amelia Earhart, and I fell in love with historic figures. And what I didn't realize back then is I fell in love with U.S. historic figures and that was my love of the political process and the governing process. And it was that exposure to libraries that actually was our safe place. That was our place of solace. By a certain point in our childhood, we were all separated and put in different foster homes, and bad things happened to all of us in those foster homes. And we decided that it's much better for us to be together as a group than to be separated and put at the hands of strangers. So I wrote this book to inspire and encourage those kids who are presently going through what we went through. It's a long journey, it's an isolated journey, and it's an often dark journey. But you're the only one that's going to provide light in that journey, and you need to believe in yourself.